Creatine monohydrate or creatine HCl. What's the real difference? And which one should you be taking? If you've spent any time learning about fitness supplements, you've probably already heard that creatine is one of the most popular and well-researched supplements in the world. Based on its benefits alone, adding creatine to your routine might sound like an obvious decision. But let's be honest, it's not as simple as grabbing the first tub you see on a store shelf. Not all creatine is the same. In fact, there are several different forms available, and if you're serious about choosing the right one, the decision usually comes down to two of the most common options: creatine monohydrate and creatine HCl. So which one makes more sense for you? To answer that, we need to take a closer look at how these two forms differ, how they work inside the body, how effective they really are, and what role safety plays in the decision. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of which option best fits your goals. At first glance, the differences between creatine monohydrate and creatine HCl are hard to notice. The variation exists at a molecular level, and while those differences may seem small, they can influence how creatine is absorbed and used by your muscles. Creatine monohydrate is the most common form you'll find and has been around the longest. It consists of a creatine molecule bound to a water molecule. This form has been studied extensively for decades, and the research behind it is incredibly strong. Study after study has shown that creatine monohydrate helps improve strength, power output, and workout performance. It also draws water into muscle cells, which contributes to muscle fullness and size. To maximize its effectiveness, many people use a loading phase to quickly saturate the muscles with creatine. Without this build-up period, it can take longer for the muscles to reach optimal creatine levels, which may delay noticeable performance benefits. Creatine HCl, or creatine hydrochloride, is a newer form that has gained attention in recent years. Instead of being attached to water, the creatine molecule is bound to hydrochloride. This structural change significantly improves solubility in water, which can affect how efficiently it's absorbed. In fact, research has shown that creatine HCl is dramatically more soluble than monohydrate. Because of this increased solubility, smaller doses may be needed to achieve similar results. Faster absorption also means less water retention, which is a common concern some people have with creatine monohydrate. Another potential advantage of creatine HCl is stability. Because it's more stable in solution, many users are able to skip the traditional loading phase and still experience results. Now, let's address safety, because this is where a lot of misinformation exists. In the past, creatine supplements were surrounded by myths. Some claimed creatine acted like a steroid or caused issues such as excessive weight gain, hair loss, or kidney damage. Over time, these claims have been thoroughly investigated and consistently disproven. Today, creatine is one of the most researched supplements available. Hundreds of peer-reviewed studies have examined both its safety and effectiveness. Major sports nutrition organizations agree that creatine used both short-term and long-term is safe for healthy individuals when used appropriately. So, is one form actually more effective than the other? From a results standpoint, creatine monohydrate and creatine HCl are both capable of increasing muscle mass, strength, and performance when taken correctly. The key difference lies in how efficiently each form enters muscle cells. In theory, the higher solubility and absorption rate of creatine HCl could make it more efficient, allowing creatine to reach the muscles faster with fewer side effects. However, when researchers have directly compared the two, the results tell a balanced story. In a controlled double-blind study comparing both forms, participants were evaluated on athletic performance and hormone markers related to muscle growth. The findings showed no significant difference in overall effectiveness between creatine monohydrate and creatine HCl. This brings us to an important conclusion. While multiple forms of creatine exist, creatine monohydrate remains the most thoroughly researched and consistently supported option. That said, whichever form you choose, quality matters. Avoid unnecessary fillers, sweeteners, and artificial additives, and always follow proper usage guidelines.